The headlines: Fire Service rescues man who fell over a bridge. New funding scheme for small businesses launched. Police crime chief dies after illness. And Windies win at last. Welcome to Nation News for Wednesday, November 11th, 2015. A man who fell over a bridge has been rescued by fire officers. The man, who has been named as Wilfred Will Rouse, plunged 12 to 15 feet into a ravine at Bennett's Road in St. Thomas. The Special Services Unit of the Barbados Fire Service had to be called out to pull the labourer from the gully. He was taken by ambulance to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital with unspecified injuries. Small businesses will have access to $70 million in funding via a new guarantee scheme. Government has borrowed the money for its Credit for Productivity project from the Inter-American Development Bank and the China Core Financing Fund for Latin America and the Caribbean. Businesses with annual sales or assets of up to $20 million and fewer than 200 employees are eligible to participate. Speaking during a signing ceremony on Wednesday, Minister of Finance Chris Sinclair said the aim was to provide an additional avenue for financing, since this has long been a challenge for small businesses.
And one of the things that the government has done in its programs, its medium-term development program, is to identify this as one of the critical areas that we want to address. And we approached the Inter-American Development Bank about the idea, of course, of having an enhanced credit guarantee scheme that could twin intention with intervention, so as to allow businesses to be able to breathe a little easier by way of having additional access to capital to allow them to invest in expanding their enterprises and to differentiating them and diversifying them, of course.
Acting Deputy Director of the Central Bank, Ian Collymore, pledged that the funding would be more efficient than others in the past.
One of the issues that we've had over the years is the whole question of the delays in claims and processing and stuff like that. So we now have an online application where the processing could be a matter of half hour, but we probably put maybe a maximum of 2 days in terms of ensuring that the whole process is completed. This facility allows financial intermediaries to be able to evaluate and approve the loans. They don't have to send them to us for that purpose. As I said earlier, our role is restricted to ensuring that the project complies with the operating regulations.
Government and green energy advocates have formally initialed a new consultative agreement. Minister of State for Energy, Senator Darcy Boyce, used the occasion to affirm that government would continue its renewable energy drive even though oil prices are low. He spoke as the Division of Energy and the Barbados Renewable Energy Association signed a memorandum of understanding that commits them to, among other things, discussing the strategic direction of the sector and collaborating on educating the public about renewable energy.
I keep saying to my people, I want 50% of power generation by 2050 from renewables, and I want that strips off capacity, and I want to reach that 22% energy efficiency by 2020. Even with the lower oil prices now, even if they hold up for a couple of years, there's still a lot of room for us to push for the renewable energy. And when oil prices go up again, then we will see the value of staying the course this time.
The crime chief of the police force has died. Mark Thompson, the acting assistant commissioner of police responsible for crime, passed away on Tuesday night in Colombia, where he underwent surgery for a heart condition. He was 53 and had been in the force since 1981. Mr. Thompson is survived by his wife and 2 children. Rihanna's second annual Diamond Ball fundraiser will boast 2 major talents when the Black Tie fundraiser is held in Santa Monica, California next month. Lionel Richie will perform and Kevin Hart, the actor and comedian, will host this year's ball. which raises money for Rihanna's Clara Lionel Foundation, a charity named in honor of her grandparents. The first inaugural ball, which was hosted by Jimmy Kimmel with a performance by Rihanna, raised over $4 million Barbados dollars. The donations made were used to purchase 2 new pieces of equipment for the Clara Brathwaite Center for Oncology and Nuclear Medicine at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital. Sometimes November can have, you might say, a Christmassy feel as stores put up their decorations even as the country is in the independent spirit and aquamarine and gold are competing for space. What do you think about this? Nation News has been asking around.
For me, it might be wrong and the way to do it, but the truth behind it, the way them doing it is for consumerism. It's about selling and making money. So mostly now, independence, it means nothing to the people who looking for money, because you don't make money off of independence. So you make money off of Christmas, so it's better to start to push Christmas in November to build up the whole hype for Christmas.
Yes, I think that we should celebrate independence in November and have a wonderful celebration. And I think we should celebrate Christmas in December and have a wonderful celebration. I don't see a problem.
Some people are very passionate about Christmas and therefore they decide that they're going to start early o'clock. It doesn't mean that it doesn't respect independence. So I think it is an individual, decision. I don't have a problem with it.
Since it's so close to Christmas, it can be hard to separate the two. So I don't see you can try to do both together, but you can concentrate more on independence in the earliest part, but after independence thing, full into Christmas.
In sport, the West Indies have ended their dismal tour of Sri Lanka with a victory in the second and final 2020 international. West Indies posted 162 for 6 before bowling out the hosts for 139 to salvage a bit of pride. Dwayne Bravo blasted a run of ball 31 before returning to claim 4 wickets to be the man of the match. The West Indies' next assignment will be in Australia, and the selectors have named an unchanged 15-member squad for the 3 tests down under. The squad will leave the Caribbean on November the 23rd and will have a training camp in Australia ahead of the tests in Hobart, Melbourne and Sydney. Finally, a church usher in North Florida is facing charges after authorities say he took money from church collection baskets. The Marion County Sheriff's Office reports that 60-year-old Mario Condis was arrested Sunday on grand theft and other charges for taking money from the Blessed Trinity Catholic Church. Authorities set up surveillance after another usher tipped them off. The Sheriff's Office says surveillance video caught Condis stuffing cash from the baskets into his pockets while the congregation had its eyes closed in prayer. The Ocala Star Banner reports that detectives confronted Condis on Sunday and found $349 and 5 cents in his pockets. And that's Nation News for Wednesday. For more news, log on to nationnews.com as well as YouTube, Facebook and Twitter. And remember to pick up your Daily Nation on Thursday or subscribe to our e-paper.